Welcome to Sweethearts or Rivals. I'm Charla.
I'm Justin.
What are we doing today?
Today we're going to be waxing philosophical about some topic or another.
And before I say the topic, what's this mess going on the table?
Big mess. In our 2017 update of the summer, we started to talk to our peoples, but at the same time, so you didn't have to just stare at our face, we started unboxing some of our games. So we are actually in the middle of unboxing and punching and sorting Near and Far, a review copy from Red Raven Games. Thank you very much. So we're just going to continue doing that as we wax philosophical so that you just have something else to look at.
Right. And if you want to see some of the other games that we punched while we were talking about other things, it's the whole series of the Waxing Philosophicals.
Yeah.
And we should be releasing them in order so that we're not unboxing things out of order.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Right.
All right.
So the topic for today is...
What?
Kickstarter, and how do we feel about it nowadays?
Ooh, my. How do we feel about Kickstarter nowadays? That is interesting. Do you want to start, or shall I?
I can start.
Go for it.
When we first got into gaming, like, heavy, we bought a lot of Kickstarters.
Yeah.
A lot of Kickstarters.
Probably still paying for some of them.
I hope not. That'd be awful. But... at the time, the Canadian dollar was a good exchange rate with the US dollar.
Yes, it was.
So it was kind of okay for us to be getting excited about all these Kickstarter games.
Yep.
And really wanting to, like, get them as fast as we could.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden it seemed like Kickstarter kind of changed.
I don't know if it changed. It just suddenly there was a lot. And I think that's just true, like, in general of board games. Instead of... like a flood of new games, there's like a tsunami.
Well, there's that.
Of new games.
But all of a sudden, people weren't getting them first anymore. They were going out to the distributors and going into stores before people were even getting their Kickstarter copies.
Yeah, for some.
Which was not as fun, because part of the allure of Kickstarter for me was like being able to get like awesome upgrades, and like I was like one of the first people to be able to play the game.
Yeah. And without me backing this game would not have been made.
Right.
Which doesn't seem to be as true as much anymore.
As strong of a case, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more of a pre-order system, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, they probably still need the money to actually get the games made. But how many games am I going to be able to produce for this first print run will depend on...
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know much about the money behind the games, but I can only speculate.
Yeah. So, how do I feel about Kickstarter nowadays? I will still look at a Kickstarter game and consider backing it. But, there has to be something very, very, very awesome.
Something, yeah, that really makes that Kickstarter above other Kickstarters.
Yeah.
And of course, we have to consider the price.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes, for our Canadian dollars, you're paying like $30 or $40 or $50 more for the Kickstarter than if you were just to wait for when you got the retail copy at your, like, Board Game Bliss or Quiche or something.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a big part of it as well. Another big part of kind of being really cautious about Kickstarter is we have backed a lot of games, and I haven't sat down and run the numbers or anything, but I feel like a lot of our big Kickstarter purchases we have not kept.
They were kind of duds.
Yeah.
I know, I wanted to say that too.
So now I there's a lot of Kickstarters that I'm interested in, and I'm like, that is interesting. I'm going to wait till it goes retail, and I can watch some reviews on it to see if it's really something I want.
Yes, and not necessarily reviews. We'd be more interested to watch like a gameplay.
Yeah, playthrough.
Yeah.
Stuff like
and
that.
And see how this game works.
Yeah.
Because although there was one in particular that we watched, a playthrough, and backed it because of the playthrough. Forge Wars.
Yeah.
And the playthrough looked really awesome, but then once we played it, just the two of us, it was a way more involved game than it looked like on the gameplay.
Yeah.
Way more involved.
Yeah.
And somehow that bogged down for me, and it didn't seem as fun when I played it as when I watched it being played.
Yeah. Another big part of it is just in gaming in general. We have a really good collection of games that we enjoy.
We do.
So, if a game comes out and it's too close to anything we already have, we have to like give some serious consideration to whether or not we're going to get rid of the old game for this new game. Do we really need another game that does that?
A pencil.
Yeah, a pencil.
Nice. You hardly ever see a pencil in a game.
Cool. So that's a big thing. Like, if we're going to buy any game, Kickstarter or not.
Well, now, because of our collection size, that's just a factor for any game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cute.
Those little gemstones?
They are. They're like little diamond-shaped ruby things.
Cool.
We did all this punching for other games, but this is the only thing we stop at. A pencil and little rubies.
Neat. Little tents.
Nice.
That's cool. Oh, little guy there. And some dice.
See, now this is a game I would kickstart if my dollar was... We thought about kickstarting this game.
Oh, yeah.
But for us, for our dollar, it just wasn't economically feasible for us.
Yeah.
So we are super thankful
Yes.
to Red Raven. This is awesome.
It's amazing.
Sorry, that was an aside.
If our dollar had been where it was before, when we first started getting into games, when we first started kickstarting, then I think Near and Far would have been a game that we would have kickstarted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the games that we have gotten from Red Raven Games, there is a history there where the games we have really enjoyed. Mm-hmm. And the ones that we've kickstarted have been worth it. So that is also another big thing for kickstarting. When we kickstarted Arcadia Quest, the Infernal one, mm-hmm. We knew that we were going to enjoy everything we got out of it.
Right.
So that was
and
a no-brainer.
that's a big thing. Yeah.
But to kickstart a really big game with no like previous successes, that is iffy.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
No.
We used to.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I mean, we bought a house, so we have to be a little bit more careful with how we spend our money.
Silly house.
I know, houses. I'm just guessing that these gold ones would go with these gold tents because it's making me think that they're player colors. So if anyone leaves a comment, that's
Really?
why I did it. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't think they are.
No?
I don't think so.
Really?
Maybe the tents. Maybe the tents are player colors.
You don't think these are player colors?
I think these banners are like the set collection banner thing that's been in several of these games.
Okay, I'll take them out then.
That's fine. So, anything else you want to talk about Kickstarter?
I'm trying to think what we were talking about before we saw the rubies, because I'm scared that we just trailed off and like left an idea like unfinished because of these awesome components.
I don't think anyone's going to blame us for that because these are pretty amazing.
Okay.
Those are awesome.
Maybe if that happens,
Close up. Ooh,
we'll
so cool.
Maybe put like a note or something at the bottom to summarize what we were kind of thinking about at that time.
Maybe. Yep.
Awesome. So do you think we've waxed the Kickstarter topic sufficiently?
Yes, it's shiny.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. So we'll see you in the next video where we pack this up and wax a little bit more philosophically.
Right on. Laters.
We'll see you in the next video where we wax some more philosophically.
Philosophically.
We'll see you in the next video where we wax philosophically some... I'm saying it philosophically.
You did, yeah. Totally did it, yeah.
And we'll see you in the next video where we wax philosophically a little bit more on a different